Last year at this time, if you'd asked us, we would have said this girl right here would have been dead. And that wouldn't have been necessarily a huge shock because she was 6 years old. An average lifespan of a laying hen is about 3.5 years. Okay, 3.5 years is about all you can really expect to get out of a chicken sometimes. Whether it be because of predator issues or something happens to them, random things do tend to happen. But 3.5 years is typically what they last, and that's not necessarily an accurate depiction of a chicken's lifespan. It's just an accurate depiction of things happen to chickens a lot of times. But a well cared for chicken can live for years, 15, 20 years, okay? Now, will they lay all the time? Probably not. But they can lay up to 15 years old. Maybe not as often, maybe only once in a while, but they can lay for that long if they're well cared for. We thought we were really taking care of our hens very, very well. And we really did. There's an issue though with a few of our older girls. See, we've had chickens now for 7 years, okay? So we bought chickens 7 years ago for the first time. We had 15 hens and 2 roosters. Roosters are gone. Then 2 years later, we bought 8. They were mishandled by the post office, so a couple of them died. Then 2 years later, we bought 2 more, or 6 more, sorry. Then 2 years later, we bought 6 more. So we have some that are 7, some that are 5, some that are 3, and some that are 1 year old now, okay? So that way we'd stagger the ages and the ability to lay. And also we thought, okay, our 7-year-olds are gonna be, our older ones are gonna be dying off eventually, right? And we'll need to replace them. And that has happened, by the way. We have lost quite a few of our older ones due to random things. It was a lot of other stuff, right? But the 7-year-olds we have now are all extremely healthy. Last year, we couldn't have said that. Last year, we were using a feed that we assumed was a solid feed. It was a local milled feed, just a basic layer crumble, and it was, it was just a cheaper feed, but wasn't organic, wasn't nothing special. It was just a basic layer crumble. But all these hens that we love so much had started having some problems. No, maybe not all of them, but we had a few that started having issues. Not her. A few of them started laying eggs that were thinner shelled. Maybe the whites were gelatinous, which is kind of strange. One of them, we actually documented her egg turmoil, was that she laid massive eggs, okay? She laid a massive egg a few times, which isn't the worst thing all the time, but typically in an older hen, laying a massive, abnormally large egg means that they're malnourished. Well, we're like, well, hang on, our chickens are not malnourished. We feed them a solid feed from a local mill that has a reputation for good chicken feed. I mean, there's no way that our chickens were malnourished, right? Not possible. We take too good care of them. We try too much. We try too hard. If you can even hear me from all the singing. It's well documented that last year our chickens stopped eating. Like last fall, they just stopped eating. The same feed we'd always fed them, they just simply quit eating. There was no wanting to go to eat. They would go to the feeder, look at it, maybe peck around a little bit, and walk away. But they were like relentless over chicken treats. They wanted whatever we were feeding them as far as a treat, but they wouldn't eat the regular feed. Now, a chicken's treat should not be but maybe a very small portion of their diet. They need to make sure they're either foraging for their food or getting a good layer ration. But these girls were not being able to do either because there wasn't much forage. It was getting cold. So the grass wasn't very good. And their feed, they just weren't simply eating. So they were not eating at all. And we were starting to wonder what's going on. We had to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, what can we do better? We'd heard of New Country Organics. New Country Organics. We had to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, what is this something we need to do? Is this something that we got to just switch to? Is it the feed we've been giving them that's causing these issues? So we switched, and I'm gonna tell you, our chickens are better off for it. This is the best chicken feed you're gonna find on the market. New Country Organics is a very good feed. Okay, and it has changed our chickens' health for the better. We had 3 chickens that we didn't think would make it. Obviously, the one we showed you at the first of the video, and 2 others that simply were dwindling fast. And then then a 4th one who laid the massive egg, so she was obviously malnourished. And now we have 7-year-old hens that are laying better than they did when they were 2. See, a chicken, their best laying years are like up till she's 2 years old, supposedly. And after 2 years old, they're going to dwindle really fast. We have chickens that are laying better now than they were laying when they were 2, because of this feed. This chicken feed has absolutely changed the way we're going to be doing chickens. Is it more expensive? Yes. Feed cost has been a lot higher, but we're not burying dead chickens. We're not trying to figure out what we're going to do with dead chickens. We have old hens, 7 years old. So we have a 7-year-old hen who's now laying 4 straight days before she takes a day off. For those of you who don't know, that's unheard of for a 7-year-old hen. But it's because of this feed. So this feed is so amazing. And really, it just came down to what's important to us. See, for some people, chickens are just they're disposable. You know, if they die. I'll just get more. Honestly, it takes a while and a lot of effort and some money to raise a chicken to get to her laying age to start laying eggs. I mean, it's not a short process. It takes 6 months or more sometimes to get a chicken to lay an egg from baby to adult. That process takes a while, takes some effort, takes a little money to invest. And so for us, it's just we love these girls so much. These chickens are what we do, by the way. Okay. For those of you who aren't aware, we don't talk about chickens as much, just because we don't have that kind of audience, I don't think, all the time. But chickens are what we do. Okay, we're chicken centric. Some people are cattle oriented. Some people are goats. Some people are sheep. Whatever. We are chicken centric here. Okay, and we always will be. It's not going to change, no matter where we're at. We're going to be chicken focused. These beautiful girls will always be number one in our farm. But I wanted to take this moment to tell you, it's that important. Feeding your chickens is that important. What you're feeding them is that important. That literally a feed can resurrect our girls from near death, not laying eggs at all, or barely laying eggs, or laying eggs that aren't usable, and on the brink of death. Because they were laying eggs that were just yolks, that were thin-shelled, that were gelatinous in the white, which is very, very strange. All these things were going on, and a few of our chickens, not all of them, but a few of them. The rest of them were just laying mediocre. They were laying good eggs, but just a mediocre amount. We have went from mediocre amount of eggs to large amounts of eggs. We've went from unusable eggs and near death to laying well and laying good usable eggs and thriving. That is the difference that New Country Organics feed has made in our backyard chickens, in our flock. So thank you guys so much for watching. We do appreciate it. We just want to take that minute to talk about how important a good quality feed is for your backyard chickens. and the difference that it can truly make in their health. So thank you guys so much. We do appreciate it. My name is Jason. It's our Creation Homestead. We love you guys. God bless you and goodbye.